Assalamu alaikum. I am Amiyo Bhattacharjee. I will take higher mathematics class of class 9. I will discuss some MCQs. Dear students, you know your online examination will be started from next week, that is from 26th of the instant. Your syllabus, exercise 1.1, 3.1, 7 and 8.1. Have you got it? Please write down the syllabus 1.1, 3.1, 7 and 8.1. Okay. Your online examination syllabus of your online examination. As far I know, 1.1, 3.1 and 8.1 were done in classes. Now, I will discuss some MCQs on exercise 1.1, 3.1, 8.1, and of course, chapter 7. So, what will you do? Okay, let's start chapter 7. Chapter 7. It is infinite geometric series, that is infinite geometric series. Infinite geometric series. Okay. Actually, I am going to write down like suppose 2 plus 4, 8, 16 like this. What we see? If we multiply this 2 by 2, we get 4. If we multiply this 4 by 2, we get 8. If we multiply this 8 by 2, we get 16. In this way. So it is called a geometric series, and it is in ascending order. Ascending order. Okay, ascending geometric series. Okay. And another example may be given like this: 27, 9, 3, 1, like this. It is a descending geometric series. Descending geometric series. Okay. If we divide, if we multiply this 27 by 1 by 3, then we will get 9. If we multiply 9 by 1 by 3, we will get 3 in this way. Okay. Today, we will discuss about sum up to infinity. Before that, suppose this is, I am writing, this is 3, 6, 9, 12 in this way. Here we can write 3 into 2 plus 3 into, 12, 24 in this way. 3 into 2 square, 3 into 2 cube. In this way we can write. See, 3 to the 6, 2 square 4 into 3, 12, 2 cube 8 into 3, that is 24. Here we get 2 here, 2. This 2 is called here common ratio. I am showing you. Suppose it is A. It is AR square, AR cube in this way. Here, first term A equals to 3. This is first term. First term A equals to 3. Common ratio, comma R equals to here 2. So we get this. That is, this is A3, AR. R is 2, A is 3 in this way. AR square, 3 into 2 square. Okay. What we see, you know, what we see is equals to AR square, AR cube. In this way we are getting this. Okay. Now see the interesting fact. This is the fourth term. First, second, third, fourth. This is the fourth term. Power of R is 3. Okay. This is third term. This is fourth term. This is third term. And power of R is 2. This is second term. Power of R is 1. This is first term. There is no R. Yes, I can write here 1. I can write here A R to the power 0. R to the power 0 equals to 1. Actually, it starts with power of R as by 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3. Again see. In the fourth term, the power of R is 3. I repeat, in the fourth term, power of R is 3. In the third term, power of R is 2. So, if we want to mention the 10th term, what will be the 10th term? 10th term. I think you can write it now. 10th term, it will be A R to the power 9. A R to the power 9. Everywhere we see that power is 1 less than the term. If it is 10th term, it is R to the power 9. A R to the power 9. Okay, we can write it like this. A R to the power 10 minus 1. Just to have the similarity with this 10, I have written 10 minus 1. 9 has been written as 10 minus 1 just to have or just for having the similarity with the number of terms. That is 10 term, it is 10. Suppose I want to write 100th term. So it is A R to the power 100 minus 1. Suppose 200th term. It can be written A R to the power 200 minus 1. So if we write nth term, nth term, then it is A R to the power n minus 1. This is the formula. Please write down the formula. The formula of nth term is as by A R to the power n minus 1. A R to the power n minus 1 is as by nth term. Okay? Okay, now suppose I am giving you a sum. What is the 9th term of 128 plus 64 plus 32 plus dot. Okay? Can you give me the answer? Write me the answer. Okay, here what is A? A means first term, comma A equals to 128. Common ratio what is common ratio, comma R equals to, common ratio means, I am telling you, common ratio means, suppose this is T1, T2, this is T3 in this way. The common ratio R is equal to T2, that is second term by first term. Common ratio also will be equal third term by second term in this way. Fourth term by third term. Everywhere we will get the same ratio. Ratio means here division. Second term is divided by first term. Third term is divided by second term. Fourth term is divided by third term. We will have the same quotient. We will have the same quotient. And you know, quotient, it means here ratio. We will have the same ratio. For this, it is so-called common ratio. So here, the common ratio is equal to what I told you, second term by first term. Second term by first term. What is second term? 64. What is first term? 128. That is equal to half. Now, what is the formula? Nth term formula, nth term equals to a r to the power n minus 1. This is the main part. This is the formula, nth term. Nth term equals to a r to the power n minus 1. Therefore, in this question, we have to determine the ninth term. Therefore, the ninth term is equal to, what is the value of a here? A is as by 128. A is 128. A 128. Then what is R? What is R? R is here half. Then what is the value of n? N is 9 minus 1. Now just calculation. That is 128 into half whole to the power 8. That is 128 into 1 to the power 8 means what? 1. And 2 to the power 8. 2 to the power 8. 2 to the power 4 equals to 16 into 16. That is 256. That is equal to half. So we have got the answer as by half. And you know, it is really very, very elementary to do this type of math, that is to determine the term, 10 term or 9 term or 8 term, anything. It is very easy and simple. So this type of math is to be given, and always it is given to determine any term. Okay, if you have any question, please write me. Okay, I am going to discuss another math. Some of you wrote to make you understand again. What is the, suppose, fifth term of 81 plus 27 plus 9, like this. What is the fifth term? Okay. The first term, I told you the first term is A. What is A? A is 81. Okay, A is 81. What is R? R means the common ratio. That is second term by first term. Remember one thing, R is equal to second term by first term. R is equal to third term by second term. R is equal to fourth term by third term. So what is second term? Second term is here 27. What is first term? First term is 81. That is 1 by 3. Okay. What is the nth term? What is the formula to determine the nth term? Nth term is equal to a r to the power n minus 1. This is the formula. This is the formula. Nth term equals to, I told you at first, nth term equals to a r to the power n minus 1. Then we have to find fifth term. Therefore, the fifth term of the series is equal to, fifth term is equal to, what is A? A is 81. What is R? R is 1 by 3. What is N? N is 5. N is 5 minus here 1. This is the formula, n minus 1, that is 81 1 by 3 whole to the power 4. That means 81 into 1 to the power 4 equals to what? 1, and 3 to the power 4 equals to what? 81. So our answer is 1. See, this is 87. If we divide 87 by 27, we will get 3. So 81, it has been divided by 3. 27 has been divided by 3. 9 has been divided by 3. That is 3. This 3 has been divided by 3 to get 1. That is the 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fifth term will be 1. Okay? Write me again if you don't understand. Okay. Now, try to understand, please. The important part. What is sum up to n? That is A, AR, AR square. As I told you, n term is AR to the power n minus 1. Okay? I told you. As it is number of terms here is as by n, so the last term will be nth term, and the formula to determine the nth term is AR to the power n minus 1. Now, if we multiply all the terms by R, I am going to multiply all the terms of this equation by R. By R, okay? So, if we multiply it by R, then it will be R into SN, okay? It will be A into R, AR. It will be AR square. It will be AR cube. In this way, we have to multiply. Now, the interesting fact here, AR to the power n minus 1, AR to the power n minus 1 is to be now multiplied by R. Let's multiply it by R. So, by R, it is to be multiplied. Now, see what is the result. Here, what's the power? Is 1. Is it? So, A into we know that during multiplication, the powers of the same base are to be added. So, R, what are the powers? N minus 1 and here 1, that is plus 1. Okay? That means A into R to the power 1 will be omitted. A R to the power N, A R to the power N. So, the last term here will be A R to the power N. Please try to understand. If you fail, please tell me. If you fail to understand, you can tell me. This is an equation, as I told you earlier, it has been multiplied by R. So R into Sn, that is Rsn, A into R, AR, AR into R, AR square into R, AR cube, plus dot dot dot. This will be multiplied by R, and that is the result. A R to the power N minus 1 is multiplied by R. So what is the power of R here? 1. This is A. During multiplication, powers are added of the same base. Powers of the same base are added. So N minus 1 plus 1, N minus 1 plus 1. Minus 1 plus 1 will be omitted. Will be left with R to the power N here, and this is A. So A R to the power N. Now we will have their subtraction like this. If we subtract, this is minus, 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 this is minus. Okay? So what we get, this is the most important part to understand. Sn minus Rsn, okay, is equal to, now you see this will be omitted in this way. Okay, I cannot here. What is the term here? Definitely A R to the power 3. It is AR square, so it will be AR to the power 3. Okay, that's good. So this will be omitted. In this way, everything will be omitted like this. What is the previous term of this term? If it is power n, so its previous term will be A R to the power n minus 1. Okay? Is it okay? Its previous term will be A R to the power n minus 1. In this way, it was like in this way. A R to the power n minus 2, A R to the power n minus 1, A R to the power n, in this way. Okay? So, we see that this is A, which is left here, and this part, that is A R to the power n, is left. Now, if Sn is taken common, then we are left with 1 minus R. Here A is taken common, 1 minus R to the power n. That is, Sn is equal to A 1 minus R to the power n by 1 minus R. Now, this is when R is less than 1. Now, if we again, this can be written in this way. If we take from the numerator and denominator, minus 1 is to be taken common from both the numerator and denominator. Minus 1 is to be taken common. So, if minus 1 is taken common, then what is left? That is, in this way, minus A R to the power n minus 1. This is minus R minus 1. I have taken minus 1 common from both the numerator and the denominator. So, minus minus will be omitted and will be left with, this is Sn, will be left with A R to the power n minus 1 R minus 1. It is R greater than 1. So we have two formula two formulae. That is, this is number 1 and this is number 2. This is the formula how to find the sum. Of course, for your kind information, it is the most important part. R is not equal to 1. R is not equal to 1. If R is not equal to 1, then R may be greater than 1 or R may be less than 1. Okay. If R is greater than 1, then the sum up to n terms is this. If R is less than 1, then sum up to n terms is this. Okay. So we have got two formula to determine the sum. One, R less than 1. Second, R greater than second. And we have to keep it in mind that R is never equal to 1. You write down these two formulas. Okay. Suppose you are told to determine what is the sum of what is the sum of first 6 terms of 2 plus 4 plus 8 plus ... This is the formula. What is A? At first you have to determine something. Number 1, what is A? A is 2. What is R? I told you R is second term by first term. That is 4 by 2 to 2, it is greater than 1. Remember it, it is greater than 1. It is greater than 1. So what is the formula? We know Sn equals to A R to the power n minus 1 by R minus 1. Okay? Since R is greater than 1. So we have to find the sum up to first 6 terms. Therefore, sum of first 6 terms is equal to, what is A? A is 2. What is R? Here R is also 2. What is N? N is 6 minus 1. R is 2 minus 1. I have just put the values. See, value of A is 2 and value of R is also S by 2. Now calculation. This is 2 into 2 to the power 6. That is 64 minus 1. Okay. This is 2 minus 1. That is equal to 1. So we get 63 into 2. That is 126. This is the answer. 126. Okay. So I think now you can find the sum of any terms. I mean sum of first 6 terms or first 10 terms in this way you can determine. Now I am going there where we were before this question. That is, we have got Sn equal to A 1 minus R to the power n by 1 minus r. I told you r is not equal to 1, and we found two formulae to determine the sum. One when r is greater than 1 and the other when r is less than 1. Anyway, if absolute value of r less than 1, what is the absolute value? Suppose absolute value of r, it means r when r is greater than or equal to 0, and it means minus r when r is less than 0. Please try to understand. In this way, absolute value of r, when you will be in exercise 9.2, then you will come to know this a lot. Just remember this. Absolute value of r means r when r is non-negative. Greater than or equal to 0 means non-negative. And it is also minus r when r is less than 0. Suppose what we write, absolute value of 3 is 3, okay? Absolute value of minus 3 is also 3. Do you know how does it come? Here, what is the value of r? Here the value of r is minus 3. Here r equals to minus 3, value of r in this way, pattern. You see the pattern? You see this, This formula is to be applicable here. Here minus r when r is less than 0. So we are going to find absolute value of minus 3. Absolute value of minus 3. So what is the value of r? R is minus 3. For this I have written r is equal to minus 3. That's good. Then this is equal to, what is the formula? Minus r. Minus r. What is r? R is minus 3. What is the formula? As r is less than 0, this is less than 0. This is less than 0. R equals to minus 3. R is equal to minus 3, which is less than 0. So if it is less than 0, then the formula is minus r. If less than 0, then the formula is minus r. So minus, and value of r is minus 3. Value of r is minus 3 is equal to 3. That I wrote at first. That absolute value of minus 3 is 3. Anyway, if absolute value of r is less than 1, that is minus 1 less than r less than 1. Its value is this. R lies between minus 1 and 1. Now see, and remember one thing, r is not equal to 1. Okay. Suppose minus 1 to 1, can we get any value from minus 1 to 1? Yes, we can get, suppose 0.5, which lies between minus 1 and 1. Okay. Suppose we are considering r is equal to 0.5. Remember one thing, r is equal to 0.5. 0.5 means half, which lies between minus 1 and 1. And n equals to, suppose n equals to 1. Then a r to the power n is equal to, then r to the power n, that is 0.5 whole to the power 1. Okay. Suppose n is equal to 2, then we get r to the power n means r is 0.5, that is 0.5 whole to the power 2. N equals to 3, then r to the power n is equal to 0.5 whole to the power 3. If n equals to taken as by 4, then we will get r to the power n 0.5 whole to the power 4. What we are getting here? This is 0.5, okay. This is 0.25, okay. This is 0.125 and this is 0.0625. Now we can write here like 1 0, 2 zeros and 3 zeros, okay. Actually, what is happening here? If r lies between -1 and 1, then we have seen one thing, that is, as the power is increasing, that means power 1, power 2, power 3, power 4. As the power is increasing, remember one thing, power is increasing, but the value of r to the power n is decreasing. Have you got me? Definitely, from out of these four, definitely the last one is the smallest one. I repeat, power n is increasing, but r to the power n is decreasing. Okay? If it is sufficiently large, suppose I am giving you a math, 0.5 whole to the power 999. What will be the result? Can you write me? Please tell me, what is the result? 0.5 whole to the power 999. What will be the result? Okay, tell me. 0.5 whole to the power 999. What is the result? Okay, many of you have written that yes, its answer is 0. You're absolutely right. Mathematically, it is never 0, but it has been let that it is equal to 0. Okay, so what we have come to conclude, if power n is sufficiently large, then r to the power n becomes 0. Okay, if n, this is power n is sufficiently large, then r to the power n becomes 0, that is, it tends to be 0. It is not 0 mathematically, but it has tendency to become very near to be 0. So from it we can conclude that if n tends to be infinity, okay, that is, if n is infinity number, then r to the power n tends to be 0. That is, r to the power n is equal to 0. That is r to the power n is equal to 0. Now from this equation we can write, see, from this equation we can write here, as it is n is infinity. N is infinity. A 1 minus, what is r to the power n? R to the power n is 0. That is by 1 minus r. So S infinity equals to 1, that is A by 1 minus r. This is the formula. This is the formula. Okay. Find the sum up to infinity. Find the sum up to infinity. Number A, suppose 1 plus half plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 8 dot 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 dot. One thing is to be mentioned here. One thing is to be mentioned here. If exists, it is to be mentioned. Okay. Number 2. Number B, 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 8 dot dot dot. Number C, 1 minus 3 by 2 plus 9 by 4 minus 27 by 8 plus dot 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 dot. Question number A. 1 plus half 1 by 4 1 by 8 plus dot 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 dot. Here A is 1. R is what I told you. Common ratio. Second term divided by first term. T2 by T1. Second term. What is second term here? Half. What is first term? 1. That is half. Therefore, you have to mention it always. Is equal to half, that is less than 1. As I told you, the absolute value of R is to be less than 1. And we know the sum is equal to S infinity equals to A by 1 minus R. This is the formula. Now put the value. What is A? A is 1. This is 1. What is the value of R? R is half. Now if we calculate, we will get the result as by 2. That is the answer. 1 minus half equals to half. So 1 by half, that means 2. Now do question number B. This is your turn to do question number B. B for Bangladesh. Do it. Time 1 minute. Okay. Question number B. What is the result? I have not got. Question number B. B for Bangladesh. Number B. One plus 2 plus 4 plus 8. Here A is equal to 1. R is equal to second term by first term, that is equal to 2. Therefore, absolute value of R is equal to 2. That is equal to 2. It is greater than 1. Sum up to infinity does not exist. Does not exist. what I told you, that absolute value of R, what I told you, absolute value of R will be less than 1. But here, the absolute value of R is equal to 2, which is greater than 1. So as per the condition, sum up to infinity does not exist. For this, I mentioned here, if exists. Now, it is your turn to do question number C. Question number C. A equals to 1. Do it. I want to see who can do it. Okay. What is R here? As I told you, second term by first term. So that is second term by first term is equal to minus 3 by 2. So absolute value of R is equal to minus 3 by 2. That is equal to 3 by 2. 3 by 2 means what? 1.5. 1.5 means what? Greater than 1. So that is greater than 1. Okay? So the sum, that is S infinity, that is sum up to infinity, does not exist. Okay? S infinity, S up to infinity, okay, does not exist as it is greater than 1. R is, absolute value of R is greater than 1 for this. Anyway, today we are not doing any math from exercise 7. Next day we will discuss it again because you imbibe what I taught you. Now from other exercises I am doing some MCQ. Suppose A is equal to 1, 2, 3. I have given, it is exercise 1.1. 1.1. Very simple set. A is given as by 1, 2 and 3. Okay. The question is, how many proper subsets are there of A? How many proper subsets are there of A? What is the answer? How many proper subsets are there of the set A? Any answer? Okay. A few students have written the correct one. Anyway, at first, what are the subsets? What are the subsets? Subsets are 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 3. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And an empty set. These are the subsets, right? I told how many proper subsets. Please give emphasis on the word proper subset. Okay? See, these, I am mentioning again, these and these are equal set. Okay? They are subset but not proper subset. There are 8 subsets, but these will not be considered for getting proper subsets. So number of proper subsets is as by 7. Write down. Number of or proper subsets. Proper subsets. Proper subsets. There are 7 proper subsets. 1 to 3, this is also 1 to 3. So will not be counted as proper subset. Okay? Another question. A is equal to and x square plus 4 equals to 0. How many proper subsets are there of S? Okay, forget it. It may be hard for you. Just find what is S equal to what. S equal to what? Can you tell me S equals to what? Okay. Suppose we are getting x square plus 4 equals to 0. Okay. That is x square equals to minus 4. X equals to plus minus root over minus 4. What is the value of root over minus 4? What is the value of root over minus 4? Can you tell me? Root over minus 4 does not belong to R. This value does not belong to R. Okay, so we are getting S equals to an empty set. S equal to an empty set. Again, suppose A equals to an empty set. What is P of A? P of A equals to what? This. If I write you what is N of A, number of element of the set A is 0. Is equal to what? Options are What is the answer? Write down A, B, C, D. Which one? Options are A, B, C, D. Which one will be the answer? Its answer is B. You know why? This is equal to empty set. Okay? So we can put here the value is equal to, that is equal to A. What is the answer? Answer me. Okay, what are the factors here? X square plus 5x minus 6 equals to 0. We get x square plus 6x minus x minus 6 equal to 0. That is x into x plus 6 minus 1 x plus 6 equals to 0. Okay, that is x plus 6 into x minus 1 equal to 0. So x equals to 1 and minus 6. Okay, so what should be the answer? This question number B. Only one student has written the correct one. Which one? Huh? Number C. I mentioned here n for natural number, right? I mentioned here n for natural number. Minus 6 is not a natural number. So our answer is C. Another question. Do it. Who can do it? What is the answer? The perimeter of the triangle is 12 centimeter. What is the value of A? That is, what is the length of the equal sides? This is A means this is also A, right? Okay. So this is the hypotenuse. It will be A root over 2. Isosceles right angle triangle, the ratio of the sides 1:1 is to root 2. If it is 1 is 1, A, then A is A root 2. Have you seen? If equal side is 4, that is 4 root 2. In this way. So if it is A, then it is A root 2. What is meant by this? Perimeter is 12 centimeter. So A root over 2 equals to 12 centimeter. That is twice A plus A root 2 equals to 12 centimeter. A can be taken common. The 2 plus root 2 equals to 12. So A is equal to 12 by 2 plus root 2 will be equal to 3.51 centimeter approximately. 3.51 centimeter approximately. So answer is C. Okay. So we will get the answer as by 3.51 centimeter approximately. Okay. What is this?
Tree.
an equilateral triangle. Equilateral triangle. Okay. So all are equal. Is it? And suppose it is 4 centimeter. This is the perpendicular. This is the perpendicular. Suppose this is D. What is the value of D? Find it. Can you find? Okay. Just remember a formula. Suppose what we know, there is a formula. 3a square equals to 4d square. This is the formula for equilateral triangle. Here D is the median. Here D can be called here as the perpendicular. So this is the formula. A is the equal side. This is D. D may be median. D may be here. For equilateral triangle, perpendicular. For equilateral triangle, the median and the perpendicular are the same lines. Anyway, so what is the value of A? A is given as by 4 is equal to 4d square. That means 4 the cancel. So d square equals to 12. So d equals to root over 12. This is the answer. Dear students, no more today. We will meet again for some MCQs. Thank you very much that you all were with me. Best of luck. Bye bye. Stay home and read properly. Best of luck. Assalamu alaikum.